input signal. For example, we have the LTI system. Say this is nothing but the LTI system we have here. So the input is nothing but x of n. This is the LTI system. The output is nothing but y of n. The impulse response of the system is nothing but h of n. So it is equal to the x of n convolution with the h of n. So this is the system we have. So suppose for this system, when the input x of n is equal to the delta of n, when the input x of n is equal to delta of n, so then the output will become, so y of n is nothing but, so it is the delta of n convolution with the h of n. So delta of n convolution with h of n is nothing but h of n only we are going to get here. So such a response you are going to call it as the impulse response you are going to call here. Impulse response. We already done this with the impulse response already we have seen here. So whenever the input to the system is delta of n, the output will become equal to the response of the system, that is called h of n. So you're going to call it as an impulse response you're going to call. So already we have seen in the previous classes. Now let us see what is the meaning of step response is. Suppose when the input x of n is equal to the u of n, when the input x of n is equal to u of n, so then the output, whatever the output you're going to get now, so this is y of n is equal to the, so u of n convolution with the h of n. Okay, so this one you're going to call it as a step response, that is called as a s of n you're going to call here. Step response s of n you're going to call. So this response is called as a step response you're going to call here. Okay, so got it right? What's the meaning of the step response? Suppose if the input signal is equal to the, okay, suppose if the input signal is equal to the unit step function, the output whatever you're going to get, that output you're going to call it as a step response you're going to call. So similarly, in your control systems you might have seen the other response which is called as a steady state response. Steady state response. Have you seen that one in your control systems? Steady state response. Steady state response is nothing but, suppose whenever the input signal, if the input signal x of n is equal to some time varying function which is called as something called cos something 2 pi n, something like that. So then whatever the output you are going to get, so this output you are going to call it as a steady state response you are going to call here, right? So that is a steady state response. So in the next semester in the DSP lab, you're going to see all these responses you're going to see. You're going to write the program for finding the, that is impulse response, step response, as well as the, okay, impulse response, step response, as well as the other response which is called as a step response. Okay, so can you see video clarity is there, right? Or it's blur? Clarity is there in the video?
Little blur, sir.
Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so fine. Okay, so take some sentence here. When the input for the, let us consider LTI system. Let us consider a LTI system. Consider a LTI system as shown below. Let us consider LTI system as shown below. We can take this LTI system. Take this LTI system. Okay, taken, right? So the output is nothing but done. Taken, right, here. Okay, so taken actually. When the input x of n is equal to, when the input x of n is equal to, when the input x of n is equal to, when the input x of n is equal to delta of n, when the input x of n is equal to delta of n, then y of n is equal to, we can take this one, y of n is equal to, so take this one, y of n is equal to delta of n convolution with h of n, so y of n is equal to the h of n. Okay, it's called as the impulse response. So this is called as the impulse response. Impulse response. Impulse response. Okay, so similarly you can take when the input x of n is equal to, when the input x of n is equal to unit step function, when the input x of n is equal to unit step function, when the input x of n is equal to unit step function u of n, when the input x of n is equal to unit step function u of n, Okay, so I can take y of n is equal to u of n convolution with h of n, u of n convolution with h of n. Then s of n is equal to u of n convolution with h of n. So s of n is called as a step response. S of n is called as a step response. So this is called as a step response. So that is x of n is s of n is called as a step response. So right. So similarly, take in next one. When the input x of n is a steady state signal, when the input x of n is a steady state signal, steady STADY, steady state signal, then any doubts? Amutavali. So take when the input x of n is equal to the steady state signal, the output is called as a steady state response. The output is called as a steady state response. Done. Okay. So this is a steady state response here. So now I'm going to derive the formula for the steady state response. So already we have seen this one in the class. Already we have seen here. So you can take. So let y of n is equal to x of n convolution with h of n. Y of n is equal to x of n convolution with h of n. X of n convolution with h of n. So take let x of n is equal to u of n. Let x of n is equal to u of n. Let x of n is equal to u of n. So this will become. So I'm going to take the formula. So y of n is equal to. I'll take the by applying the commutative property. I'll take the formula. So h of n convolution with x of n. So this will become summation k is equal to minus infinity plus infinity h of k into x of n minus k. H of k into x of n minus k. Okay. So you take the formula. You substitute x of n minus k is nothing but u of n minus k. Substitute x of n minus k is nothing but u of n minus k. Summation k is equal to minus infinity plus infinity h of k into u of n minus k. Okay, so I think the video is still dull. Clarity is there in the video?
No, sir.
Okay, so just a second, I'll log out and log in. So by the time you can solve this one, already we have done this one. Okay, so I can solve this one. Just I'll log out and log in. So please wait. Okay, can you see now? It's still blur. Now it's okay, I guess. Can you hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it's okay, I guess.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So done. So now we are taking y of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinity plus infinity h of k into u of n minus k. So, okay. So in this one, I'm going to take u of n minus k. So we know that u of n minus k is equal to 1. So for the unit step function, this is equal to 1 when n minus k is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So when n minus k is greater than or equal to 0, I'll take a next page. Okay. So let me take in the next page. Okay. So you can take, we know that so u of n minus k, so this is equal to 1 when n minus k is greater than or equal to 0, or if I send k this side here, so n is greater than or equal to k, or else So I can write as k is less than or equal to n here. K is less than or equal to n. So this is equal to the 1 and it will be equal to 0 for k is greater than n here. Why? Because the summation is a function of k here. The summation is a function of k. That's why you are going to take like this here. The summation is a function of k. So that's why you're going to take like this. So now let us substitute back in the summation. So we have y of n is equal to, I'm going to change the limits. K is equal to minus infinity up to the n we are going to change here. Up to the n. So the summation is x of k will be taken here. X of k. Sorry, this is h of k, not x of k. H of k we are going to take here. Okay, so this one you're going to call it as a step response s of n here. So this is called as a step response. S of n is called step response S of n. So it is called as a S of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinity plus infinity h of k. So this is called as a step response. This is a step response for the discrete time systems of the discrete time signal. So right. Now similarly for the continuous time signal, let us find out like this here. Similarly for the continuous time signal, we'll find out. So you can take any doubts in this one, finding the step response. Okay, you can take. Similarly, consider the, so we are going to consider the continuous time signal. So CTS stands for the continuous time signal. So we are going to consider y of t is equal to, here also I'm going to take h of t convolution with x of t. So x of t is nothing but, so it is a u of t, which is a unit step signal. Unit step signal. Okay, so now I'm going to, sorry, this is a y of t here. So y of t is equal to h of t convolution with h of t. So I'm going to write the formula. So y of t is equal to, we know the formula, convolution integral. So it is h of tau into x of t minus tau into d tau. H of t minus tau into d tau. Okay. Then let us substitute for the u of t minus tau here. Okay, so that is y of t is equal to, so integral from minus infinity plus infinity h of tau into u of t minus tau into d tau. U of t minus tau into d tau. So we know that, so u of t is equal to, so we know that u of t minus tau is equal to 1 when t minus tau is greater than or equal to 0, or we can say when tau is less than or equal to t. So because already we have derived the formula in the previous, okay, and it is equal to 0 for t is greater than t here. Tau is greater than t. Tau is greater than t. Okay, so similar equation, the same condition I'm going to change in the limits here. So I'm going to change the limits accordingly. So from minus infinity up to the t, it is having the value u of t minus 2 is having the value 1. So rest way it will be equal to 0. So let us substitute the same thing here. Y of t is equal to, so minus infinity up to the t. So it is h of tau into d tau. So this is called as a step response. Step response, that is called as a S of t you're going to call. So for the continuous time signal, we are going to call it is minus infinity to t h of tau into d tau. So this is the formula for the step response. Then this is the formula for the step response. Any doubts? So in the exam they will ask find the step response for the following system they will ask. So we need to find out the step response by using the above two formulas we can use in order to find out the step response here. Then right. Okay, so now let us see some problems on this one here. So you can take, find the step response. Find the step response for the following systems. Find the step response for the following systems. Following systems. First one, let us take h of t is equal to t square into u of t. H of t is equal to t square into u of t. So this is the impulse response will be given. So from that one, we need to find out the step response we need to find out here. Okay, so here the step response formula is here. So you can take step response S of t is equal to, so it's an integral from minus infinity. Let us write the generalized formula first here. H of tau into d tau. Okay, so we have h of t. So h of tau will become, so it is a tau square into u of tau. Tau square into u of tau. It will become tau square into u of tau. So let us substitute in the expression. So it is minus infinity up to the t. So tau square into u of tau into d tau. Tau square into u of tau into d tau. Okay, tau square into u of tau into d tau. So now here the function u of tau is present here. So let us see what is u of tau here. So we know that, so u of tau is nothing but, so it is equal to 1 for tau is greater than or equal to 0. For tau is greater than or equal to 0, and 0 for tau is less than 0 here. So for tau is less than 0, it will be 0, and it is equal to 1 for tau is greater than 0 here. Now we can see in the limits of the integration, tau is taking the value from minus infinity up to the t it is taking here. Minus infinity up to the t it is taking. So since u of tau is equal to 1 or tau is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so tau is greater than or equal to 0 means that the lower limit it is going to change from minus infinity to the 0 it is going to change here. Minus infinity to the 0 it is going to change. So we can change the limits of the integration from 0 to t, tau square into u of tau into d tau we can change here. Any doubts in this one? Okay, for all the problems you are going to do like this here. So here the summation integral is going to vary from minus infinity to t. So we are going to, there will be unit step function will be there. So we are going to write the condition. So accordingly, we are going to change the lower limit. We are going to change from where the signal is going to start here, and we'll write the formula accordingly. We are going to modify the formula. Okay, so done, right? So we are taking u of tau. So it is equal to 1 for tau is greater than or equal to 0. Now tau is taking the value from minus infinity. I'm going to change this to the 1 here. So the step response S of t will become integral from 0 to t tau square. The value of u of tau is nothing but 1 within this range. So into d tau. Done. Okay, so this we can write as the integral of tau square is nothing but, so it's a tau cube divided by 3. The limit is from 0 to t here. So the step response S of t is equal to, it is t cube divided by 3 will get here. So this is a step response. This is a step response. Done. Done, right? Any doubts in this one?
No, sir.
Okay, understood. No, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now similarly, we'll let us see some more problems here. So take the next problem. Take h of t is equal to, take the next problem, second problem. H of t is equal to u of t plus 1 minus u of t minus 1. U of t plus 1 minus u of t minus 1. Okay, done. So let us write the formula for the step response. So S of t is equal to, so whenever it is given, so we'll do this one, find out the step response individually. Okay, so it is the minus infinity up to the t h of tau into d tau, h of tau into d tau. Let us split the integral for these two unit step functions here. So S of t is equal to minus infinity to the t. So this one I can write as u of tau plus 1 into d tau minus, let us split for this one. So minus infinity to the t, u of t minus 1 into, sorry, tau minus 1 into d tau. Tau minus 1 into d tau. So let us write. So we know that, okay, so u of tau plus 1 is equal to 1. So for tau plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So tau plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, or tau is greater than minus 1 here. And 0 for tau is less than minus 1. So this is u of tau plus 1. So already we know the unit step function. So similarly for this one, u of tau minus 1. So this is equal to 1 for tau is greater than or equal to 1 here, because tau minus 1 is greater than 1. Already we know this one. And 0 for tau is less than 1 here. So right. Now let us substitute back these conditions in the expression here. So s of t will become integral from, so integral from where it is going to start. This is going to start from -1 up to the t. It is 1 into d tau minus integral from minus infinity to the t. So this is where it is going to start. It is going to start from the 1. Okay, so 1 plus 1 to the t. So 1 into d tau, 1 into d tau. Okay. So now we can write this one. The integration of this one will become, so it is tau. The limit is from -1 up to the t minus the integral for this one is, so it is tau from 1 to t. Let us substitute the limit here. So this will become, so t minus of -1 will become t plus 1. Okay, minus, so this is t minus 1 will get here, t minus 1. T plus 1 minus 1, t minus 1. So for this one, we need to we should not add here. Why? Because this is having the different unit step functions. So we can write this one as u of t plus 1, and we can write this one as a u of t minus 1. So because we have the two different time functions are there, that's why we need to take like this here. So u of t plus 1 and u of t minus 1. Okay. So this is having the different functions or the different time limits. That's why we should take as t plus 1 into u of t plus 1 minus t minus 1 into u of t minus 1. We should write here. Got it? No. So why? Because this is the input signal is defined like this, u of t plus 1 minus u of t minus 1. That's why for this signal, when there is a difference of the different time intervals, we have to take like this. Otherwise, if you are going to take the difference, it will become 2. It will become here. Okay. So plus 1 to the minus 1, it will become 2. So if you substitute, so this will be not correct. That's why this we need to take the answer like this here. Whenever there is a difference of the two unit step functions, whatever the time interval is there, we are going to retain in the answer the same unit step function we are going to retain. Okay. Done. So take next one. Take the next column. X of n is equal to, h of n is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of minus n into u of minus n. 1 by 2 to the power of minus n into u of minus n. Done. So let us write the formula for the step response. Let us write the formula for the step response. So I can take step response. So this is a discrete time signal. S of n is equal to, so summation, it can take the value from, so k is equal to minus infinity up to the n. So it is h of k. K is equal to minus infinity up to the n, h of k. H of k. So this is S of n here. Let us substitute here. So summation k is equal to minus infinity up to the n. So this is 1 by 2 to the power of minus n. We can write this one as a 2 to the power of plus n. We can write here into u of minus n. Can we write like this? Because minus, if you go here, so 1 by 2 inverse is nothing but 2 will get here. 2 to the power of n into u of minus n. So it is 2 to the power of, so since we want k here, so 2 to the power of k into u of minus k. 2 to the power of k into u of minus k. Okay. Done, right? Okay, so now let us take for the u of minus k here, u of minus k. So consider u of minus k. So we know that u of minus k is equal to 1. U of minus k is equal to 1. So from where to where? So this is equal to 1 from, okay, so from minus k means, so from minus infinity is less than or equal to, less than k is less than 0. So from 0 to minus infinity, it is having the value 1, and 0 for k is greater than 0. 0 for k is greater than 0. 0 for k is greater than 0. Okay. Done.
Yes, sir.
So now, so k can take the value from 0 minus infinity up to the 0. It can take here minus infinity up to the 0. So here k can take the value from minus infinity up to the n it is taking, so that n should be less than 0 should be there here. N should be less than 0 should be there here. So in such case here, in such case, what you are going to do is, okay, so here we are going to take this as the some formula we are going to take here. So the formula is like this here. So as per this one, the formula will retain same here. So let us take S of n is equal to.
Sir, it's not seen, sir.
So now you can see, I guess. Now you can see.
Yes, sir.
So now, as per this one, so here the value of k should take the value less than 0, means that n has to take the value less than 0 only it has to take here. Okay, up to then, so n should take the value less than 0. So here we are going to get the same formula we're going to get here. There is no change in the limits of the summation. So the value of n should be less than 0 should be there. That's it here into 1. So that is the value of n should be less than 0 as per this condition. As per this condition, the value of n should be less than 0. So now, in order to evaluate this one, so we don't have any formula here because we have the formula. We have the formula from sum of finite terms is there, or sum of infinite terms is there. So here we can modify this one. Here we can modify this one by changing the k to the minus k. K to the minus k, we can change it here, and we can do modify it here. Okay. So what we can do is, so change. So two ways we can solve it here. Two methods we can solve it here. So one method I'm going to tell you, first method I'm going to tell. So already we have done this one. So change k to minus k, change k to minus k. So if you change the k to the minus k, so this will become S of n is equal to summation. S of n is equal to summation. K can take the value infinity to the minus n. So 2 to the power of minus k will get 2 to the power of minus k. So this will become, we can rewrite the summation because k can take the value from minus n up to the infinity. So 1 by 2 to the power of k, because 2 inverse is nothing but 1 by 2 to the power of k. So here the value of a is less than 1. This is a is nothing but less than 1 here. So we can take the formula. The formula is summation k is equal to, okay, so k is equal to n naught to infinity a to the power of n. K is equal to n naught to infinity a to the power of n. What is the formula for this one? What is the formula? K is equal to n naught to infinity a to the power of n. We are done with the formula, right? What is the formula? Can you tell me, anybody? What's the formula?
A by 1 minus A.
K by
1 minus A.
so a divided by 1 minus a. So this is for k is equal to 1 to infinity, I guess. So this is, I guess we have this will be equal to the minus n naught plus 1, I guess. So check once, minus n naught plus 1, a to the power of minus n naught plus 1, I guess. Okay, so check this one. Okay, so that it will become 1 by 2 to the power of minus n plus 1. So divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. So this will result in the 2 to the power of n plus 1 divided by, so 1 by 2 inverse is nothing but it will become 2 to the power of n plus 1. So divided by 1 minus 2 is nothing but 1 will get here. So this is for n can take the value less than 0. Then is less than or equal to 0. So this will become, we can take the step response S of n is equal to 2 to the power of n plus 1 for n is less than 0, or else we can write this one as 2 to the power of n plus 1 into u of minus n, we can write here. U of minus n. 2 to the power of n plus 1 into, so u of minus n. So formula is correct. Is the formula is correct? You check the formula.
Yes,
that's why.
sir.
Yeah, that's why. So make a list of all the formulas at the end of your notebook. Okay. So that we can recall the formulas whenever we want here. So right. So done. Take the next problem. Take the next problem. Any doubts in the problem?
No, sir.
Okay. So let us take next one. So just a second. take h of t is equal to u of t plus 3. H of t is equal to u of t plus 3. So let us write the step response. S of t is equal to, okay, so integral from minus infinity up to the t. So h of tau into d tau. So always you let us write the generalized formula so that it will become easy. Okay, so now let us substitute for this one. So s of tau is equal to s of t is equal to minus infinity up to the t. So u of tau plus 3 into d tau. U of tau plus 3 into d tau. So we know that u of tau plus 3. So this is equal to 1 for tau is greater than or equal to minus 3, because already we know this one. So that's why I'm writing directly. So tau is less than minus 3. It is equal to 0. Tau is less than minus 3. It is equal to 0. So right. Now I'm going to change the limits of the integral accordingly. So minus 3. So tau can take the value from minus 3. So it is for minus 3 is greater than, for tau is greater than minus 3, then only it will be having the value 1 here. So minus 3 up to the t, the value is nothing but 1 into d tau into d tau. So the integration of 1 is nothing but t. The limit is from minus 3 to the t, minus 3 to the t. So let us substitute here. S of t is equal to, so it is sorry, this is tau here, this is tau. So it is t minus of minus 3. It will become, so t plus 3 will get here. T plus 3. T plus 3 will get here, and whatever this condition is, the same condition we are going to retain here. Whatever the condition is, the same condition we are going to retain here. So that is for t, because this is having the value 1, this is having this value, for t is greater than or equal to the minus 3. So these conditions we need to retain here. So I think in the previous problems I've forgotten. So just to add this condition. So we can say that because the value of the step response or the convolution depends on the value of time here. So this one we can write as, so t plus 3 into u of t plus 3 we can write here. U of t plus 3. Got it now? U of t plus 3 we can write here. Whatever the condition is, the same condition we are going to maintain here. So for t is greater than or equal to minus 3, because this is having the value 1. So this time only. So we can write like this here. Any doubts in this one? So for the previous problem also you can add here. So sorry, I forgotten. So this is okay. For this one I added here. I think for first problem you need to add here. For the first problem we need to add. For the second problem
Yes.
also we have added. Okay, so for the first problem we can add, this one is equal to the u of t here. So for t, this is for t is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, for the first problem you can add it here. So I forget to tell. So whatever the condition is, that condition we are going to retain here. So done, right? So make the correction. Let us take next problem. So these problems are very easy, simple, right? So take next problem. H of n is equal to u of n minus 2. U of n minus 2. So let us find out the step response. S of n. So S of n is equal to summation. K can take the value from minus infinity up to the n. So it is h of n minus k. So we have h of n minus k is nothing but, so this will become summation k is equal to minus infinity to n. H of n minus k is nothing but, so u of sorry, this is h of k, right? Not n of n minus k, h of k. H of k. So h of k is nothing but, so u of k minus 2 will get here. U of k minus 2. So we know that u of k minus 2 is equal to 1 for k is greater than or equal to 2, and 0 for k is less than 2. K is less than 2. So this will become S of n is equal to, lower limit I can change. So summation k is equal to 2 to n. This is 1 here. K is equal to 2 to n, 1. Okay, so this is a sum of finite terms formula. So we can write this one as, so we have the formula. So what's the formula? We have modified formula. What we have? So we have sum of finite terms formula, right? The formula is, we have the sum of finite terms formula. No, the formula is like this here. So summation, what the formula we have? Summation n is equal to, so that is 0 to the n, a to the power of n is equal to 1 minus a to the power of n divided by 1 minus a. 1 minus a to the power of n divided by 1 minus a to the power of n, and a to the power of n plus 1. So provided a should not be equal to 1. Correct now? Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so suppose if we have some terms, what is the formula we have seen? Modified formula. Suppose if instead of n here, if suppose something n is equal to 0, suppose if you have something n is equal to n naught to n, a to the power of n is equal to, what is the formula we are seeing for this one? That's why I'm going to tell you, make a list of the formulas at the end of your notebook. If it is list you are not going to make, we need to derive the formula. So here we have S of n is equal to summation k is equal to 2 to n, 1 is there, 2 to n 1. So, okay, sorry, I think for this one there is no need of this formula, right? So we can write the sum of formulas we can write here, correct now? For this one we can write n is equal to 0 to n. Okay, 1 is there, means this will become n plus 1, no? N plus 1 alva.
Yes, sir.
So since 1 is there, this is not a to the power of n. So just I got confused. You are also getting confused. Okay, so if it is 1 is there, we can use this formula. Suppose if you have something like this, so n is equal to something n naught to the n. So we can write this one as n plus 1 minus n naught we can write here. Okay, as per this one will become, it is n plus 1 minus 2. So this will become n minus 1 will get here. Okay, so since it is going to start from, this is for n is greater than or equal to 2, or S of n we can take it as a n minus 1 into u of n minus 2. This is the step response. So that's why make a list of formulas at the end of your notebook. Otherwise, it is difficult for you people to do the problems. Okay, so I'll take one more problem. Any doubts in this one? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, everyone got it right? Okay. So take the next problem. X of n is equal to okay, so you can take x of n is equal to something called this is the problem number 6 here. Okay, so h of n is equal to, so it is h of t. H of t is equal to e to the power of 2t into u of t plus 1. H of t is equal to e to the power of 2t into u of t plus 1. So let us write, this is a continuous time system. S of t is equal to, write the formula. So minus infinity to the t, h of tau into d tau. Okay, let us substitute for this one. So integral from minus infinity to the t, e to the power of 2 tau into u of tau plus 1 into d tau. So we know that u of tau plus 1 is equal to 1 for tau is greater than or equal to minus 1, 0 for tau is less than minus 1. Okay, so accordingly we can change the lower limit here. So any doubts in this step response? It's very simple concept here. Just we are going to evaluate for the unit step function and we are going to reflect the same condition in the lower limit here. So e to the power of tau into d tau. So now the integration of e to the power of ax is nothing but e to the power of ax divided by a. The limit is from minus 1 up to the t. So this will become e to the power of 2t minus e to the power of minus 1 divided by 2. So the condition is t is greater than or equal to the minus 1. Okay, so this is the step response S of t. So this one we can write as a e to the power of 2t minus e to the power of minus 1. So multiply by 1 by 2 into u of t plus 1. U of t plus 1. So this is a step response.